Welcome back to Bowling Over 50. I am Alan Berger. In our last one of these series, I told you about talking with my wife and reminiscing and laughing about the fact that things as we've gotten older don't work the way they used to as we've gotten into our 50s. And the one thing that always struck me funny is that just putting on my underwear was a chore, and I told my wife that I'm gonna need to go into training to put my underwear on because of this big thing hanging out front. So that's what today's video is about. It's supposed to be sarcasm. It's supposed to be funny. I am not serious. Although I play it extremely straight, almost too straight, I am not serious. Although I add just enough stuff in there that could be true for people to believe it's true, but it's not. So in our videos today, we're talking about actually going into training to put your underwear on and how that can help you on the bowling lanes, as well as washing your feet, helping you with your balance when you're at the foul line. So again, these are meant to be funny. They're not serious. I'm not serious. I play it straight. So I hope you enjoy these videos, and we'll see you next time on Bowling Over 50. So one of the exercises I've been working really hard on, because this has been an issue for a few years now, and I need to improve in this area of my life, is I call this exercise putting on my underwear. Now, I'm not actually going to put on my underwear, but I'm going to show you how I do this exercise because it is very, very important. It's probably the one thing, as I've turned 50 years old, maybe even a little bit before, and before I've gained all this weight, that was super easy for me, and you took it for granted. And so now it is, it's a little more important now because this is a problem in my life, and my wife actually has this issue as well, that just putting on our underwear is, and our pants for that matter, is become very, very difficult. And so I've started doing this exercise regularly. I haven't seen as much improvement in this area of my life that I would like to see, but I am improving and it is becoming easier. So the first thing when you do this exercise is, as you just get started doing it, sometimes you need something to hold on to. And I have a big tall counter in my bathroom, so this is something that I can hold on to because you certainly don't want to fall. I want to make that very clear. I want you to be safe in all these exercises. Not only seeing your doctor to make sure you're healthy enough to do these exercises, but I want you to stay safe and I don't want you to fall. So as you start this exercise, you can certainly hold on to something, but then you can progress from there. So I'm not going to actually use your underwear. I'm going to use some shorts. So when you have to hold on to something, you've got to hold your underwear with one hand, or your shorts or whatever, your pajamas. And you just lift one leg, and this works your stomach muscles. You lift one leg and you get that leg in. And once you've got that leg in, then you switch your hand and you go to this side and hold this part of your underwear out. You can hold onto the counter this way. Now this is where it becomes very difficult. Getting your leg up into your underwear like that. And then you can put them all the way on. The other technique you can start with is, kind of lean up against something and get one leg in, and then just kind of get your leg up there and get it on the other side. Now, I encourage you to do it on both sides. I mean, most people put their underwear on one way. So make sure you do it on both sides. You start with, here's a real interesting technique. Kind of dangle them down and get your leg in there, and then work on getting this leg up into and always catches on my toes. Getting your other leg in there as well. So as you progress, and you don't need to balance yourself and you feel pretty confident you're not going to fall, then you can graduate to holding this. Somebody's at the front door. So as you progress, you can not hold on to the counter and you can get one leg in, and it's always the second leg that's more difficult. You can bend down, kind of bend your knees. Make sure you keep your knees flexed. If you keep your knees stiff, you might fall over. So flex your knees and lift up. Sometimes you got it. There we go. And so you do as many of these as you possibly can. I try to do 10 to 15 with each leg, and it's really, really helpful in helping me with not only my balance, but my stomach muscles, my leg muscles, and being able to get my legs up. Yeah, this side in. So again, putting my underwear on has been a challenge for a few years now, and I'm working really hard on this exercise to make doing that a little bit easier. I'll show you how that affects you on the bowling lane right now. So in the exercise that I showed you about putting your underwear on, how this really applies here in the bowling lane is what I'm going to show you right now. So when you're picking up a ball off the rack, there's a few things that you need to keep in mind, and this is very, very serious, and it's something I teach. One of the very first things that I teach my beginning bowlers is how to pick up a ball properly off the bowling rack. This is a ball return that you can see right here. The balls come out of here. They're supposed to come out at a pretty slow speed so that they're not hurt anybody, but some returns are a little faster than others. And so you want to be mindful as the balls come out of here that you don't want to get your fingers smashed. So one of the things that I teach my younger bowlers and new bowlers is how to properly pick up a bowling ball. You don't want to pick up a ball this way, because a ball could come out of the ball return right here and hit this ball and smash your fingers. It actually happened to my father. He was on a pretty big game and he picked up his ball, even though he knew better. He picked up his ball this way. A ball came out of the ball return, hit the ball and smashed his middle finger, which then swelled up and he couldn't finish the game. So when you pick up a bowling ball, make sure you're picking up the bowling ball from the sides, keeping your hand away from the bowling balls and your fingers away from the bowling balls, just in case something comes out of the ball return. So when I step up to the ball return, I pick up the ball this way. The exercise that I showed you in putting on your underwear is the perfect example of something that will help you on the bowling lane. Make sure that you can bend down and pick up your bowling ball properly. That way you don't get hurt. You know, I actually did that wrong. I did that completely wrong. One of the things in that video is that you want to make sure you've got a good knee flex so that you don't injure yourself. So kind of flex your knees, hands to the side of the bowling ball, and then pick up the bowling ball very simply and safely. That is what you can use, the exercise I showed you, as far as putting on your underwear. So here's another exercise that I do. I do this exercise in the shower. This exercise helps me with my balance. In bowling, balance is very important. You want to stay stable at the foul line. You don't want to be falling off, and you want to keep your head still. So balance when you release the ball becomes very important. When I was younger, this particular activity was not that hard. I didn't think much about it. As a young boy, I probably didn't do it as often as I should. But as I've gotten older, I've noticed this one aspect of my life has become very, very difficult. So you've got to work on it. You've got to exercise. You've got to help plan. And so I'm going to show you this exercise. So I call this exercise washing my feet. It is a great exercise for helping you with your balance. When you get started with this exercise, the easiest thing to do is have something to stand on. And it's very simple. you just bend down and you wash your feet. You do your left foot, and then you do your right foot, and then you just keep alternating feet, and it helps you with your stability. Now, as you progress in this particular exercise, you can move on to something a little bit more difficult that is really beneficial for helping you with your balance. It's actually pulling your foot up. Ooh, I don't want to fall. Again, be very, very careful when you're doing this. I don't want you to fall. Make sure that you are stable enough to do this exercise before you progress to this level. And then you just alternate feet. My left leg, my slide leg is stronger, and I'm much more stable on my left leg, and I'm washing my feet. It's important maybe to even use two hands when you do this. That way, well, see, got to work on it. I mean, it's just something you've got to practice. Dadgummit. It's something you've got to practice. It's something you've got to work on. And so this is how you do this exercise. You do this one, again, 10 to 15 reps. And it will really help you with your everyday life, as not only with your bowling life, which I will show you right now. So I just showed you the exercise of washing your feet, and now I'm going to apply it here at the bowling center. One of the things that's super important as you make your approach and you deliver the bowling ball is that you can walk straight. I've had trouble with that. I kind of walk all over because I'm not very balanced on my legs as I've gotten older. So washing my feet has certainly helped me with my balance, but it's also helped me with my release. So when I slide and I finish my release, I can stand on that leg and I'm a lot more balanced. And that drill, that exercise I've been doing at home has been very key to keeping my head steady and keeping my balance at the foul line. So as you do those repetitions, be thinking, this is going to help me be more balanced at the foul line, and I can hold my head steady and I can keep my eyes focused on my target. And that's what washing your feet in the shower and doing all those repetitions will do for you on the bowling leg. So I hope you've enjoyed these videos about exercises you can do at home that is total sarcasm, meant to be funny, not true. Although I do play it very, very straight, as you can see, I do put little nuggets of truth in there, but they are supposed to be funny. I was not being serious at all. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoy what we're doing with this series, please like and subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and it helps us out a ton. It's helping new bowlers find the channel so that they can get tips and drills, as well as bowlers who are over 50 years old that kind of need to understand their mind and their body and how that is changing and how that is affecting them on the lanes, as well as intermediate bowlers just looking for small little nuggets to get better. We do appreciate you watching. I hope you had fun with these videos. I want you That was so good. That was so good. Until it wasn't. Alan. Why do I want to cough as soon as... All right. No, I'm good. All right. So I hope you enjoyed those funny, supposed to be sarcastic video about little things you can do around your house to help you improve your bowling on the lanes and the exercises you can do. Again, they were meant to be sarcasm. They were supposed to be funny. I put just enough truth in them to make you think that they're real, but they're not real. They were supposed to be funny. So I hope you enjoyed those. And if you enjoyed those and like this series, please like and subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out a ton. It helps new bowlers looking for drills and things to help them get better, helps them find the channel, as well as bowlers over 50 who need to learn that their body and their mind are changing and they've got to do things differently. And so coming to our channel, learning those things as well as intermediate bowlers who are looking for small little nuggets to help them improve. That is what this channel is about. I hope you had fun with these stupid, silly little videos. I had a lot of fun making them and editing them. So I want you guys to get out there, have fun, and be funny, but also good bowling. So sit back and enjoy, and you suck, Alan. And now I got Bill behind me messing me up. Hi, Bill. We might leave that in. Okay, try it again. Take 27.